Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley with Haley Stitches, and today you're watching my 8th floss tube. I am out here on my porch today. It was such a beautiful day in Minnesota that I wanted to get out here and just film out here with you guys. You might hear some birds and cars in the background. We live in the middle of the city, so it might be a little bit loud, but I don't think it'll be too bad at all. We'll see if my cats jump up here at all in the background. They're sleeping right now, but they may visit us, so that would be exciting. Otherwise, yeah, we just hanging out here on the porch, which is full of houseplants. As you can see, a couple are in frame right now. That's kind of what our whole house is like. So let me know if you like it out here. It's really bright and it gives a lot of good light, so I thought it would be a good space to film. I am filming today's video on my new camera, so I'm hoping the autofocus works. I'm still getting used to it, but I think it'll be good. Stitch Mania is in full swing, so I am going to show you 3 works in progress that I'm working on right now. These are all new starts for Maynia. I also was supposed to work on Serendipity, the Serendipity stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop, and I did not stitch it. The most recent release came out on the 15th, so on last Saturday, and I just haven't stitched it yet. So I'm a little bit behind on that, but hopefully I'll be able to catch up this week. So I'm not going to pull out that one because I haven't made any progress. But the last project that you guys saw that I was working on was this one. So this project, it's in this little cute little bag, if you remember. This cute little bag came from Fat Quarter Shop, and it actually was a part of the Sew Sampler subscription for April. So that is where I got this. They are they do have them in stock on their website, so you can purchase them if you just want it for yourself. It is all quilting related, so if you can see that. You know, it has like the rotary cutter and everything quilting related here because it was a part of the Sew Sampler, but I am going to be using it for cross stitch because it just works well. It's a good size for that and I like it for that, so we are going to use it for that. And let me pull out so I can show you all my progress. So this is stitched on a 14 count mint green Opalescent Aida. So let's see. You can see it here. You can kind of see it in the light. It shimmers. So it's really, really pretty and turning out so good. But here is all of my progress. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a white flower here. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, there it is. So I got a pretty good amount done. This was a whole page, everything over here, and then I got to start on the second page. So I'm pretty satisfied with my progress for that, and I think, you know, it's turning out really, really pretty. People really loved this one on Instagram when I showed the pattern and all the colors, and it is just turning out so much better than I could have even imagined. I think it's really, really beautiful. So it's a nice little bouquet. Let me pull out the pattern so you can see what the final piece will look like. So this is what the final piece is going to look like. It's kind of a modern flower bouquet. And again, my Maynia theme is florals, so that makes sense. And yeah, I'm really happy with my progress on that one. I'm excited to get stitching on it again once Maynia is over. It actually is stitching up really quick, which I'm happy about. I am working on a different floral piece right now, and the color changes just make it really, really time consuming. But thankfully this one, there aren't really that many colors. It looks like there are, but it's really, you know, it's not super time consuming to switch out the floss or anything. So I really enjoyed stitching on this one a couple weeks ago. The next WIP that I'm working on is Garden Party by 2x2 Stitch Art on Etsy. So this is the one that I stitched last week. I started stitching this one on the 15th, and I didn't get a ton of progress on this one. It just wasn't a very stitchy week, but it is a very colorful start, even if it is small. This is the pattern I was talking about where the color changes were really time consuming. So, because there's so many colors in this pattern, it's kind of overwhelming a little bit. Okay, so this is what I got done. So I got a little bit less than the first page done. I didn't have a color for one of the florals out here, but I did get it this weekend. So I am ready whenever I get back to stitching on this one. I think the colors are just like so nice, but yeah, there's so many different colors. It does make it, I don't know, time consuming to change all the colors. I don't know if you guys have any suggestions for that. I've heard of some people, they have like needles on the thread the whole time, like a bunch of different needles for all the different colors. This one definitely has too many colors to do that, but maybe for just the colors that I'm working with in a certain section, that might be an option. So I am organizing these with Floss-A-Way Bags. So yeah, you can see like how many different colors there are. There's all these colors just in that one pattern. So I put the floss in the Floss-A-Way Bags about halfway through the week. I know I said that I was going to do a different type of organization for each project throughout Maynia, and I haven't really done that. So I did implement this. I do like this. I have quite a few bags left over too, so this is probably going to be one that I'll stick with for now. I like this a lot for projects that have a lot of different floss colors. I think it makes a lot of sense, and it's a really good way to stay organized. I don't know if this is something that I'm going to use for projects that don't have that many floss colors. It seems maybe not as fast to get into the floss and thread your needle if there's only, let's say, like less than 10 colors in your pattern, but it definitely is working for this garden party piece that I'm stitching. So that was all the progress that I got done. Again, this was the week of the 15th, so I am all done with this one until Maynia is over, and then I will pick it up again at some point. I will say this is, for some reason, this pattern was not as exciting for me to stitch, and I don't know if it's just because I really didn't get a lot of stitching time on it last week, or if it's just like the part that I started in, but I don't know that I'm going to be gravitated to pick this one up right away after Stitch Maynia. We'll have to see. So that one might be a long haul whip. I'm not sure. But yeah, I like the organization. And then the bag that this is in. So I mentioned this in my last Flosstube video, but if you didn't watch that one, I got these mesh bags at the Target dollar section, and it's like a 2-pack. So it comes with this size, the big one, and then a smaller bag. And they're just like mesh travel bags, but I think they are the perfect size for a project bag, especially like a smaller project bag like this. And you can fit a sheet of paper in it perfectly, which is awesome. So I have my pattern in here, the floss, and then my Aida, and then I keep my needle minder, needles, and scissors just like in another smaller bag, so I can put that into each of my project bags when I'm actually working on it. So I don't have that part in here right now, but it's a really good size if you want to have your pattern, your floss, and your fabric all together. So I do highly recommend that. It was only $3, which is like amazing, amazing price. So when I go back to Target, I'm gonna see if they have more. The last work in progress I have to show you all is one that I started yesterday. So this was my new start for May 24th. I'm doing a new start every single Saturday in the month of May, and it is Flea Market Flowers by Holt. So this pattern is so cute. I am like so excited to stitch this and have it all done so I can hang it up. But man, I love Lori's pattern. She does such a good job. I feel like every single time she comes out with a new one, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna buy that. Yep, I want to stitch that. So I just started this one last night, so I don't have a ton of progress at all on it. Just a little tiny start, but after this video I'm gonna get some more stitching time in, so I'll be able to hopefully get a pretty good start this week. Let's see. I didn't iron anything for you guys, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is all it is. So a little bit of a border and then like half a leaf of a flower. So you can, I mean, really that's not even like much of a start at all, just a baby start. So I worked on that a little bit last night. The part that took the longest was organizing my floss. So I did buy the floss keeper and it is so dang cute. I'm like so happy that I bought this. I was going back and forth if it was something that I should really buy, do I need it, or you know, I could just try a different organization method, but I really, really like this floss keeper. And there are a ton of holes around it. I believe when I counted it was 18 holes. So that's a lot of capability to hold floss for several different projects. You know, most of the projects I work on don't have more than 18 different colors. So I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this. Hang on, I need a sip. Totally unrelated, but I got this little cup with a straw from Amazon, and I've been drinking like way more water since I got this. I used to drink a ton of water in the office, but ever since I've been working from home, I've just been using like regular cups to drink water out of, and I feel like I haven't been drinking as much water as I would like. So I bought this last week, I think, and I love it. It keeps things super, super cold for a long time. I filled this up this morning and put 2 ice cubes in, and it still is like ice cold, and it's like 7 o'clock right now at night. So yeah, highly, highly recommend. Okay, so back to the floss keeper. So last night I spent a lot of time organizing all the floss and attaching all the floss to this. So what I did was I completely unraveled, and honestly it took me kind of a long time to figure out how to use one of these. But yeah, what I did was I completely unraveled a skein of DMC, and then I folded it in half like 3 times or 4 times, I think, and then cut the ends, and then I got 8 strands of 8 pieces of equal length floss, and then I just did like a little slip knot thing on here. So yeah, surprisingly that took like kind of a long time to organize. What I did was on the back I just wrote in pencil the colors, but I was a little bit nervous that I was gonna get confused with what colors were what, so I just tied the DMC label on it so that I wouldn't lose it. And the last thing I wanted to say about the colors on here is I did substitute my own colors for the pattern. So this is the first pattern that I did that with, and I'm hoping that it turns out okay. When I went to Michael's to pick out the floss, I forgot to bring the pattern. So my goal was to just bring the pattern with me, and then I'd be able to kind of compare a little bit more, a little bit more in depth. But instead what I had to do was just look it up online, and I just picked, honestly I just picked like a ton of different floss and colors that I liked. I knew I wanted to do like a pink and purple theme, so I just picked up like a bunch of different colors, and then when I got home I decided which ones I was gonna choose. And yeah, I ended up with these purples over here, these greens are the called for ones on the pattern, and then these pinks, and then the pebble and raisin up here, that's called for in the pattern also. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it turns out. The colors are all really beautiful, so I'm thinking that it's gonna turn out just fine. And yeah, I also really enjoy how, because I was stitching on it a little bit last night, I totally understand what everybody's saying about the thread drops and how it's so much easier and less time consuming to pull a piece of thread off of it, because all you have to do is just get your needle like under one little tiny strand and just pull, and it completely comes out without messing up everything else, and that is a huge time saver. So I am definitely going to be using the thread drops that I purchased more often, because I just couldn't, I was really shocked at how fast I could just get a new piece of thread and thread my needle. It was really, really shocking. And then the other thing that I have in here is just a hoop, and then I have these little Clover clips. So I use the Clover Wonder clips to kind of pin the excess fabric around the hoop when I'm stitching. So I usually would have a couple of these in each of my bags. I really, really like them. I don't use them really for quilting all that much. I thought I'd be using them a lot more frequently. I use them for my binding when I'm quilting, and then other than that I just use them to hold like pieces of like cut out fabric together. I like them, highly recommend them for cross stitchers for holding the fabric around, just because it's a pretty affordable way to do it, and it just makes a lot of sense in my mind. I know a lot of people use like hair clips. There's also like a ton of different like actual cross stitch notions that you can use for that, but they're what I had on hand, and it made a lot of sense for me. So yeah, that was what I got started on for Flea Market Flowers. Fat Quarter Shop is doing a stitch along for Flea Market Flowers in June. So my plan is to just stitch on that as much as I can this week, and then pick it up again with the stitch along in the beginning of June. And June is my birthday month, so I am really excited to hopefully get a lot of progress on Flea Market Flowers and stick with the stitch along. I've been really good with Serendipity except for this past couple weeks, so I'm going to catch up on that before the next release happens on June 1st. And don't even ask me about the quilts along because I'm so behind. I'm going to get to that eventually, I swear. One of the reasons why I haven't been so stitchy recently is because I am working on kind of redoing my blog and putting a lot more time into that. So you are going to see a lot more different types of videos on my channel that are going to kind of support my blog and things going on over there. So I'm really excited about that. If you follow me on Instagram at Haley Stitches, I will definitely announce when my new blog is all ready to be launched. It's going to be really, really pretty. Yeah, I'm just really excited about that. So I will work on kind of migrating all my current blog posts over there. And it's been a lot of computer work recently. So yeah, you know how that goes. I wish I could spend all my time stitching and crafting, but there's a lot more that I'm just working on behind the scenes right now. The other thing that I was working on today, which is what I was stitching on today, was my pattern that I created. I showed that a while ago on a Flosstube. It's just like a little mod flowers pattern in like a nice pretty pastel color scheme. So that is what I was stitching on today because I'm working on a beginner cross stitch series. I mean, it's just going to be 2 videos. It's going to be like how to cross stitch and then how to finish a cross stitch piece in a hoop. So that video will hopefully be up on my channel next weekend. It's definitely geared towards like brand new beginner stitchers. So there's probably not going to be anything in there that you haven't seen before if you're a seasoned stitcher. The last thing that I have to show you guys is these Target bags. So these are embroiderable little bags, and I believe they originally come from Target. I'm sure some other places have sold them too, but I got mine at TopKnot Stitcher shop, and I was asking on Instagram if anybody's seen these before, and someone recommended that TopKnot Stitcher had a couple in their shop. I do think they're completely sold out now, but I got these in the mail. It was really fast shipping, and it's just like a little kit. So it comes with, let's see, like little instructions and then a darning needle and some thread. So it is super cute. Just a fun little kit that anybody could buy. But I see these in like cross stitch Facebook groups and in the cross stitch Reddit all the time that people are stitching on them. And I have been looking for these bags for so long. I swear every single time I went to Target for the past like 2 or 3 months, I've been looking in their dollar section to find them because that's typically where you'll find them. And yeah, I couldn't find them for the life of me. I don't know if the Minnesota Targets just don't carry them, but I got 2. So I am really excited to figure out what I'm gonna stitch on these. And then TopKnot Stitcher also included this little needle minder, which is super cute. It's like a bunch of cactus and succulents in a skull. So I am definitely always looking for more needle minders. So I am really happy that I got this one. So I can add that to my collection and start using that. So yeah, I was so excited about this. If you have any suggestions about what I should stitch on those, let me know. And let me know if you've seen them before. Like, let me know if you've seen them in your Target. And also let me know if you've seen them in some of the cross-stitch groups that you're a part of on Facebook, because they seem to be like everywhere that I'm seeing. But then I was asking on Instagram and it seemed like a lot of people either hadn't seen them before or had literally no idea. Like, they hadn't seen them before in their own Target, or like had no idea what I was talking about at all. I have lots of plans for stitching things. I would also like to stitch some of these mesh project bags, but I'm still like on the lookout for exactly what I want to stitch on them. If it's something that I want to try to design, probably not. But I gotta figure out like exactly what I'm trying to stitch on all of those. I might, for one of the project bags, I might pull from Holt's Sew by Row. I just love all those little sewing notions on there, so I'm probably going to pull from that pattern and kind of create something for at least one of the mesh bags that I picked up, but I really have no plans for the rest of them. So oh, that would actually be pretty cute if I could pull something and put it on this. That's a good idea, Haley. Maybe I'll do that. It'd be so cute to have like the little tomato pin cushion on there. I don't know. I just love the tomato pin cushions. I think they're so dang cute. But yeah, that is everything that I have for you guys today. I know it's a really, really short video, but I have just been working on so many things behind the scenes. If you're interested in seeing like what I've been working on, you can follow me on Instagram at Haley Stitches, and I will be announcing my like updated blog at some point. Hopefully this week, at the very latest, it'll be next week. And I also have some fun videos coming up that I've been working on as well. So I am really excited for you guys to all see that, and you can always keep up with me there. I'm not going to link to any blog posts below because I am shifting everything right now, and so I'm not going to have a blog to accompany this Flosstube, but I will leave all the links to all the projects and everything that I mentioned in the description box. I am always so thankful that you guys are willing to spend like 20, 40, 60 minutes with me every couple of weeks and see what I'm working on. I love talking to you guys in the comments, and it's so fun to see people respond to the projects that I'm working on. I also love watching you guys do your floss tubes as well. I think it is such a fun community that we have here, and I've really been enjoying it. So thank you all for supporting me and being here with me. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!